Let's get into our fourth and final game here coming up right now. Final game of this evening is going to be the Gutterballz versus the Fishy Fiends, El Numerino versus Ajax, Orcs versus Chaos Renegades. Yes, indeed. GG's all around. That was a super fun game. Waiting for this final game to get started. Boot Polish, thank you very much for the bits. Cheering for the Orcs. Boot Polish, of course, had a very good season last season with an Orc team. Got all the way to the finals. Finished the season in second place, losing out to Nick Satan. Electric Span says, is Pip's going to have an interview in the Gazette? I have to imagine so. I love how they added cheerleaders now. Even if you don't have cheerleaders, you get like... Hey! Whoa! That was a massive rat! $7 fan factor between the two teams this evening. No money in inducements. It'll be $5K. Nothing to buy with that. Here's the coin toss. And the Gutterballz win the toss, and they're going to choose... Well, let's take a look at the standings. Yeah, I'll switch the teams back. In Division A, Lizard Wizard Gizfest, and the Birds of a Feather, they drew their game this evening to be at the top of the leaderboard so far. In Division B, we have our first winner this evening, Spire's Philosopher's Song, defeating the Pip Stars in Division B. And in Division C, we had a draw between the NC Snakes and Nerdrum's Nose Count earlier this evening. And what division are we in? Are we in B? We're in Division A. We're in Division A for this final game of the evening. Segner's Loop says, kind of wish I'd played Renegades again this season. You can, you know, in Spike Magazine Trophy or something. So the Gutterballz chose to be on defense. Let me switch the colors back over. Setting up with an anchor defense to start this game. 3 on the line with the Blitzer in the center position. The Blitzer with the block skill naturally. Segner's Loop says, we will see. We will see. I guess it depends on how this competition goes, eh? Fishy Fiends, coached by Ajax. Ajax, a newcomer to the league, 5 on the line. Chaos Renegades. So Orcs, we're all fairly familiar with. They're a prototypical Bashy team. Chaos Renegades, they are really defined by the fact that they can have not 1, not 2, but 3 big guys out of 4 fielding on the pitch. So of course they've got the Ogre here, which is strength 5. He's boneheaded, so before he takes his action, rolls a d6. If he rolls a 1, he loses his actions and his tackle zones. It's very important to keep in mind. Has the Minotaur here. The Minotaur has what's it called? Not animal. Unchanneled Fury. Unchanneled Fury. So he's looking to block or blitz each turn. And then of course the Rat Ogre here has Animal Savagery. So if he fails his roll, what's important about the Rat Ogre is if he fails his roll, he has to beat up an adjacent friendly player. If he does, he gets to take his action like normal. Otherwise, he doesn't. And what this means is this Rat Ogre, like we talked about earlier in the evening, how these big guys are typically unreliable. Oh, good catch on the shallow kick over in the left wide zone here by Walla Carnage. But this Rat Ogre can be made reliable by just parking a friendly player next to him. Sure, you might eat through your friendly players, but you know you have a strength 5 frenzy mighty blow player. That's huge. Literally. Secondary Loop says, which pitch is that? I think this is a dwarf pitch. It doesn't look all that dwarfy. I don't know. I'm not sure. Hands the ball off to Darth Pointy Pony, the number 8 Dark Elf. This is the other thing too. So they have like a lot. They can field 3 big guys out of 4. They also get like a little bit of everyone else. You can see there's humans on the team. There's a goblin. You'll get a Skaven player, a Dark Elf player, an orc. I like these dice. 2-die block on Jeffrey Lebowski. Gets a push. Frenzy follow up into a 3-die. Gets a pal. 9+ breaks armor with Mighty Blow. Roll to 3. Three-die block on Pete on the effing rug. Breaks armor. There it is. A dislocated shoulder. Yeah, I'll bet. 1-man player advantage now for the Fishy Fiends. Blitz with the Minotaur. Remember, this Minotaur always wants to block or blitz, or else it's a 50-50 whether he gets to activate or not. That's what Unchanneled Fury means. It's a 2+ to activate if it's a block or a blitz. Otherwise, it's a 50-50. SB Beaver says, it seems like a mild injury compared to all the others. Cobblestone says, well, I believe we call that a dead orc. Yeah. Yep, that's an orc off the pitch. 1-man player advantage for the Fishy Fiends. The Gutterballz now. Their first turn of the season. Elder Marino fielded a Underworld team last season and had to deal with the somewhat, I think a lot would say fortunate, but perhaps for the Underworld coaches, the unfortunate nerf mid-season where Snotlings lost the swarming trait. Qualified for the Blood Bowl with that team. Face off against BB Nut in round 1. BB Nut defeating Elder Marino's Underworld team. Two-die blitz on the right outside the line here against this Goblin. Breaks armor. Gets a stun. I was talking about how I wanted a tuna salad sandwich earlier, and when I was a kid, so my grandmother taught me, she made tuna salad sandwiches with, one of the things she put in there is allspice, and so I do the same. I like it a lot. I remember a friend's mom calling me an idiot because she insisted allspice was so named because it had, quote, all spices in it. I was like, that's not true. She's like, of course it's true. It's allspice. You're an idiot. I was like, oh, okay. That's all too spicy, salt and pepper. I put salt and pepper in the sandwich too. Repositions the defense. Doesn't get, well, got a little aggressive here. Closing in on either side. Turn 2 for the Fishy Fiends. Electric Man says, allspice is not delicious. I disagree. Two-die block on the left side here. The pressure by Philip Seymour Hoffman gets pushed away. Three-die block by Festung? I'm going to say Festung until I'm corrected. Gets the knockdown. Got to be real careful with these ogres. You have to know when you want to take the block and when you don't, because if they're holding down a section of pitch and you activate them and they go boneheaded, well, now they have no tackle zones, and maybe you've just lost a key part of your structure. Obviously, not the case here. "13 seconds left on the clock for the Fiends." Sets up a cage, one space forward. Now ball on the 4-yard line. Fails the unchanneled Fury roll on a 1. So a kind sir is going to remain in place. Oh, gosh. Had to knock down a kind sir with the Rat Ogre. Scary, scary, scary. The Minotaur only has an AV of 9+. Oh. The kind sir is going to remain on the pitch. Turn 2 now for the Gutterballz. Minute 15 on the clock. Defense applying a little bit of pressure to the left and the right. These big guys being used to really just push this team aside. Unfortunate stun on a kind sir by the Rat Ogre. Two-die block's going to get the knockdown on the Rat Ogre. But no armor break. Electric Man says I can't read that fast. I can put it on the screen again. Turnover on the block. Turn 3 now for the Fishy Fiends. Fishy Fiends considering their turn here. They've got the stunned Minotaur. Probably going to take advantage of the Rat Ogre on the Blitz, but we'll see what he wants to do. Electric Man says these guys are really slacking. He's turned 3 and he's dead. Get with the program! Did you not see the other 3 games today? It's mandated, contractually obligated to kill somebody. Two-die block against John Goodman over on the right side of the line. Gets a knockdown here. Orcs a resilient team, 10 plus, hard to break. Fails the animal savagery roll. Has to knock down another player. And now we'll get to activate the Rat Ogre. Cobblestorm demanding death. A lot of people praying to Nuffle, but Cobblestorm knows every now and again you gotta pray to Corn too. Fiends back on the bonus clock. They've burned through about a minute. 6 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Blitz on the left side of the line. Two-die blitz against John Turturro. Gets a pow. Fiends really holding down center pitch. Despite the pressure, the defense tried to come in a little bit around the corners. You can see the Fiends taking advantage of that here and spread out a little bit. They get the blitz here, and now they've got a lane here. Gutterballz says, I like this team. We're going to hit something, even if half the time it's teammates. And they advance the ball down pitch in the hands of Darth Pointy Pony, the number 8 Dark Elf, now on the opposing 10-yard line over in the left wide zone. Knock down BB Nut to stand up the Rat Ogre. Kind Sir no longer stunned. Will stand up next turn. Oh, hey! Drinks. I think that's the swill the league got in for today's game. Spent a reroll here to get the POW on Festung, the number 2 Ogre. Trying to keep this Ogre from being a problem. Getting this knockdown on the big guy. Important here at center pitch, because by knocking down this big guy, this Ogre is not going to be is not going to take a block with that strength 5 unless it's a blitz. And remember, you only get 1 blitz a turn. positioning the defense. Not getting super, super duper aggressive here. The ball is now behind the defense. The defense marked virtually everywhere. It's going to be hard to catch this Elven ball player. The Gutterballz on the bonus clock down to 6 minutes 26 seconds. Trying to figure out how they might be able to stop the score. I'm not sure they will, but it is early. Going in on the blitz. One dive blitz on the ball carrier. Got the knockdown thanks to the block skill. Very well done. I stand corrected. Ball's going to bounce toward the left sideline. Gets a knockdown on the Rat Ogre as well. Looking for a 9+ here. Got it. Got the 9+, and it's going to be a KO. Good removal by the Gutterballz. Whose coach is that? Is that Elder Burrito? Yeah. No, that's Ajax. Upo says Orcs the best. Man, I replayed Space Marine in anticipation of Space Marine 2. I mean, they're both great. Space Marine 2 is fantastic, but I had forgotten how good Space Marine is. Like, that's a really, really good game. Get the first half, basically, we're up against Orcs, and the second half, we're up against Chaos Demons. Standing up players. Fishy Fiends a little bit on the back foot here. They're not in bad position, I would say. Need to find a way to keep the Orc team from recovering and capitalizing. The thing is, they're in pretty good position here. Well, because of that, the 2+ dodge with the elf. But also, let's say the elf didn't get the ball, right? This guy's marked. This guy's marked. One can block him down. That frees up one. Where's the rest of the ball protection coming from? Right? Marked, marked, marked. He's free, but too far away. These guys are taking out of the drive if they're going after the ball. Armor break by the Minotaur. Got the KO. Well done. Well done. That's a one-man player advantage. One-man player advantage for the Fiends. Wow, another armor break. We saw right through his body. His soul left his body. That's a great mark here. He marks on number 7 here because he knows if he didn't do this, and go after this, what would have happened is this would have blocked down, this would have blitzed. Passes the 3+ dodge, but you never pass the rush. Spent a reroll. Fiends down to 1 reroll for the half. Turn 4 now for the Gutterballz. Last turn of the first quarter. You're right. No one suspects the Orc dodge blitz. So see, these are 5, right? Yeah. So he can go. Yeah. He can rush here. He can blitz number 5 away and try to capture the ball carrier. we can bring in the assists. Blitz with the dude, Jeff Bridges himself. Yep, and then reposition the dude to capture Darth Pointy Pony. Electric Man says, oh, Orcs are an edge team. Gutterballz repositioning, taking the safe actions first. If you're new to the game of Blood Bowl, a lot of Blood Bowl is luck mitigation. So you're rolling a lot of dice, and when you're new to the game, it's very easy to get frustrated and go, it's a dice game, it's random. And while there is randomness, I wouldn't say it's a random game. A lot of the game is about mitigating that luck, right? So, for example, a common concept is action order. Generally speaking, with very few exceptions, if you he wanted to blitz the ball carrier instead, took the 3+ dodge to get the push. Wow. I thought for sure he would blitz double time and then reposition right here. Gutterballz says he even sounds suspiciously like someone who can do math. Yep, that's exactly right. Tizzle Bizzle says essentially it's a game of risk management. I agree. Yeah, so with very few exceptions, failing a die roll means your turn is over. So if you want to maximize your actions, then it stands to reason that you want to do your least risky actions first and your more risky actions last. That way, you have a greater chance that you got through more actions before a turnover. Now, of course, your opponent knows this and is trying to put you into situations where you have to take some risks, and therein lies the game, right? Therein lies the back and forth, the decision making. But as you see here with El Negredo, he was moving his players first because that action costs no die rolls unless you're going to dodge or rush. So he positions his players first because that's quote-unquote free. Then he starts to roll some dice. He'll try to roll the dice that have the best chance of succeeding first, and we'll go through that sort of mental checklist until he gets to the dice that he wants to roll that are the most risky. Dodge into the end zone. So he's looking at a 3+ to a 2+ dodge to score currently. Yeah, it's usually not how you make the highlight reels, that's true. Although sometimes it is, right? Like we had, was it Eric that had, I know, chain push to a surf. I think it was Eric. Or chain push that I put in the intro. It was really, well, it was a chain push into a blitz on the ball carrier. Yep, 3+ to a 2+. And now Ajax deciding, do I score now or do I shift to the right? He's going to score. Well done. That rat I hate. 1-0. The Fishy Fiends take the lead. Well done. Under heavy pressure. Oh, didn't get back the Rat Ogre. Under heavy pressure by the defense, we're able to score with an elf. Elves doing what elves do. Ten players on the pitch for the Fiends. It'll be, is that 9? It looks like 9. So 10v9 on the pitch. Advantage will go to the Fiends. 1 quarter left to play for the Gutterballz. It is hard for me to say da Gutterballz. I really want to say the. Three on the line for this defense. It's the first defense we've seen by Ajax in the league. 2 big guys on the line naturally, because the third currently taking a little bit of a nap. Just relaxing, just recuperating for the second half. That's when it's going to matter. 2 corners, 2 safeties, 3 linebackers. The offense with 3 on the line spread spaced out, 1 space apart. Currently, Bunny, the number 9 Goblin, the right guard. BB Nuts says, wait, Minotaur and Rat Ogre, the man wants to die. Currently, Tara Reid and Jeff Bridges back to receive. 3 on the line now for the offense, shifted to the left. Here's the kick. We'll see if Tara Reid's going to be the ball carrier or not. Tara Reid, they both have the same speed. Tara Reid has dodge, but a strength of 2. The other has block and a strength of 3. I imagine Jeff Bridges is probably going to be the ball carrier with Tara Reid handing off. Nice deep kick here by the Fiends. Kick to the 24-yard line, just inside the left wide zone. Turn 5 now for the Gutterballz. Elder Marino, a traditionally very deliberative coach, takes his time, pre-calculates his turn, and then executes on it. Here's a blitz to start things off. 2-die blitz in the left wide zone, gets a knockdown against Carnage, the number 11 human lineman. No armor break though. Four seconds left on the clock here for the Gutterballz. Just 1 action taken so far. Took the blitz, got the knockdown, continued the blitz movement to take a mark on double time. The Skaven player for this Renegades team. He's going to go for the pickup with Jeff Bridges. Jeff Bridges, indeed the intended ball carrier, decided to move the Goblin up toward the line. Jeff Bridges pretty safe all the way back by the end zone here. Turn 6 now for the Fishy Fiends. Maybe this is nobility? Maybe this is a nobility pitch? Electric Man says, I'm starting to think El Reno is not a noob at all. Now Ajax, the deliberative one. Repositioning the defense, gets a couple players up on the line. 2-die block on the number 4 big and blocker. These big and blockers strength of 4. 3-die block. Jeffrey Lebowski gets a POW here. Mighty Blow in play is a 9+ to break armor, but doesn't get it. Mighty Blow gives you a +1 to your armor roll or your injury roll, whichever of the two you need it for. So if you didn't need it for the armor roll, you get to use it on the injury roll. In this version of the rules, you can also have a Mighty Blow +2. Which gives you a +2 to your armor or your injury roll. Here comes the blitz. 2-die blitz. Jackie Treehorn gets knocked down. Needs a big 10+ to break armor. Oh, he got it right in the kisser. Gets stunned. Turn 6 now for the Gutterballz. Down to 1 reroll. They have a bribe as well. My kitchen's still a mess. The oven guy just left it. He didn't do anything wrong. He just left like trash and stuff around, and I literally had no time today to do anything other than work. Work and then this. Handoff by the dude after the rush, but failed the animosity roll. Had to spent the reroll. So what just happened there? Went over his movement allowance. Had to spend. Oh, I didn't capture it. So the dude had an MA of. So an MA of 6 means he can move 6 spaces. He can move up to 2 additional spaces. That's called rushing. For each space you rush, you roll a d6. So long as you don't roll a 1, you're good. Otherwise, you fall down. Failed the second rush, spent the reroll, then tried to hand off. Now, these renegades have this nega trait that you can see. A lot of them have this nega trait called animosity. So he has animosity against all teammates. What that means is if he has if you have animosity towards a particular type of teammate and you have the ball, if you try to give that ball to another teammate, whether it's a handoff or a pass, you have to roll the animosity roll. On a 1, you're so disgusted by them. You're like, you know what? I hate you. I am not giving you this ball. So then he spent a second reroll to get through the animosity roll. That succeeded. Made the handoff. A handoff is just a catch roll. It's a 3+. Failed the 3+ roll. And now the ball is laying on the 4-yard line. Yeah. So +2 star players. The Death Roller has Dirty Player +2, which is what's the word I want? Yeah, disgusting. Disgusting. Rush to a blitz on number 6. Gets a push on John Goodman. Right, right, yeah. It's got 30 players. It does have Mighty Blow, but it's Mighty Blow +1. So, good recovery here by... What? I totally missed this. I actually got up and I walked to the back of the room for something. And now I see an ogre who is boneheaded and the ball in the hands of the defense. That's what I get for walking away. In the ladder play, Bomber and Cindy are banned. Why is that? Do people just hate them that much? KO here on the blitz. Is that it's all tied up? Yeah, it's all tied up. 9v not on the pitch. Oh no, double skulls here on the block. That's going to be a turnover. Very, very unfortunate turnover. Ball on the ground after the blitz, but now turn 8 for the Fishy Fiends. And it looks like the Gutterballz are not going to be able to score here. Yeah, I know. Tizzle Bizzle says Bomber and Pie Whistle are banned in the ladder. Yeah, apparently so. So Nick was practicing with his halfling team and discovered he couldn't get Cindy. And I was like, or the way he worded it, he was like, he's like, is Cindy, like, am I not allowed to get Cindy or something? And I was like, no, you get Cindy. And he was like, well, I couldn't do it in the ladder. And so I looked it up and I saw that Cindy and Bomber were banned in the ladder. Boy, I need to stop talking. Just 2 KOs back to back. 2-man player bench for the Fishy Fiends. We'll see if that sticks for the second half of the game. Elder says praise Neville. Yeah, that's it. So KOs in this game, when you have players knocked out, they're out for the rest of the drive. You'll roll for them in the next drive. For every KO'd player you have, you'll roll a D6, roll a 4+. They'll come back on the pitch. Otherwise, they will remain KO'd. Failed blitz. Turn 8 for the Gutterballz. Nothing to do here but to earn some SPP. And then get back on the horse and try to score here in the second half. Looks like Fish is back on the menu. So I think all but one, right? All but one player are knocked out. So that's a lot of It's a lot of die rolls. I've also been watching Silo, which is a great show. It took me 5 episodes. I got 5 episodes in before I realized I'd already read the books. I didn't realize what I was watching. Dude, I blitz in the right wide zone, gets a push against double time. Yeah, no one's died yet in this game. First game tonight. First game of the season with no deaths. Three die block on the Goblin, gets a POW here. Can he get the 8+? Cannot. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Had some trouble with computers last season with a couple of coaches, which ended in some unfortunate forfeits. Gutterballz said, I'd be mortified if my game was the first without deaths. I would be embarrassed. One die block. Oh no, rolls a skull. Probably stays alive here. Yeah. Well done. Well, good. I can't even speak. Had to try something there. It was worth the effort. Had the block skill. 2 KOs are going to come back for the Gutterballz. And, oh no, though. The Rat Ogre not coming back for the Fishy Fiends. Boy, that's the most important big guy. Oh, boy. That stings. I'm sure Ajax is feeling that sting right now. So they'll be back up to 10, but they're going to lose their Rat Ogre. Two in either wide zone for the defense. 3 on the line. Again, same formation as before. Didn't get back the third big guy. Electric Span says, Red Ogre must be exhausted. Gutterballz says it's not enough strength to hold the line against Orcs. And it looks like the Gutterballz aren't even going to contend with that. So 2 on the line off to the right here. You have to put at least 3 on the line here, if at all possible. 3 have to go here, and then a maximum of 2 can go in either wide zone, which are these rectangles here. Everything else is fair game. If you have a kicker on your team, then the kicker has to go in here. He doesn't have to go in here, but if he's not in this box, you can't use the kick skill. Have to put 3 on the line if at all possible. No forfeits are allowed in the league with one exception. It's the slaughter rule. If you can't field 3 players, then you're allowed to forfeit. But otherwise, you must play out your games. It's important in league play so that teams can collect their SPP. Although it can feel bad when you get tabled or close to being tabled. Here's the kick. 2 wide in the left, 1 wide in the right. Another high kick. It looks like Jeff Bridges is going to get under this ball. Try for the 50-50 catch. Didn't work out. That's fine. Turn 9 now for the Gutterballz. Final half of the evening. 3.5 games played. We have 1 more half game to play. What a way to start season 5. 2-die block on the line. Gets a pal. Gets BB Nut. Dizzle rooting for the offense. Wants to see this this Orc team get on the board here. 2 draws here so far in week 1. 1 win. That was Spire's team, Spire's Lizard team, defeating who did Spire play? Dead Fred, defeating Dead Fred's team. Failed pickup by the dude. Won't re-roll that. I think that's fair. The Gutterballz with 3 re-rolls on their roster. The Fishy Fiends with 2. Both teams still have their bribes. First turn of the half now for the Fiends. So didn't reposition anybody else. Kept them in their formations on offense near the line. 2 big guys will definitely get to activate. That Minotaur will be able to get their block. The Ogre, of course, will be able to get a block, but always a risk of going boneheaded. The other thing you have to worry about here is big guys are almost always known as loners. So this is a nega trait where if they need to re-roll a die, and you want to re-roll a die, you spend the die first, but then you roll a d6. If it's a 4+, you get to actually use the die, use your spent re-roll to actually re-roll your dice. If you roll a 1 through 3, you've spent your re-roll and you don't get to use it. So it can be very, very risky. So it's very risky to activate something like the Ogre, just in case you're relying on the tackle zones. But also it can be very risky to activate them earlier in your turn, because if they fail their die roll and you can't get through Loner, you're going to be in trouble. What's on the right side? Gets a POW. John Turturro. Knocked down. Armor broken. It's stunned. There's that failed boneheaded roll. So now turn 10 back to the Gutterballz. Do bowling alleys still exist? They must still exist. But I don't think I've been to a bowling alley in a decade and a half. We have a type of bowling around here called duck pin bowling, which is the balls are smaller and there's more pins. You basically are chucking a shot put down the lane. Oh, 2-die block into double skulls. Has to spend one of these rerolls. Gets a push out of this against number 11. Another tactic you can employ in this game is especially useful. Well, it depends on the matchup. It depends on lots of factors. That's what makes this game so good. There's so much agency. There's so many choices to make. But if your opponent is low on rerolls, let's say they're a team that, like most teams, wants to be around 3 rerolls, and they have 2 or maybe even 1 reroll, you can bide your time. You can put them in a situation where they just have to chuck dice, right? Let's say you're up against an elf team, and they only have 2 rerolls, and maybe the elf coach feels comfortable dodging away from you because their dodges are a 2+. Well, if all they're doing is dodging away from you, they're going to fail those die rolls, sooner or later. And now they're eating through their rerolls. And once they eat through their rerolls, the probabilities of all their actions have changed, right? So having those rerolls, when we're talking about rolling a d6 or a 2d6 or even a 3d6, significantly changes the odds. And you can do reroll you can play a game of reroll management and sort of force your opponent or wait out your opponent to burn through their rerolls and change the odds significantly in your favor. Gets stunned with the Minotaur. Failed pickup by the dude again. It's going to result in a mark by the Fiends. Warren, bad luck. Number 13, the human lineman, is going to mark that ball. The Gutterballz in real trouble here. Certainly not in super duper danger, but to recover and secure this ball, it's going to eat up another turn or two. Ooh, who was that? Oh, it was Jackie Treehorn, of course. Wow, on the both down. Oof. 2-man player advantage now for the Fiends. Let's say you're going up against Flings and they only have 6 rerolls and you have none. If you're going up against Flings, you're going up against a chef for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Gobblestorm BB says, a 1 in 9. Reroll works into another removal into a Kaz. Reroll works into another removal into a Kaz, yeah. Two-die blitz. This is going to clear the ball. Ooh, got a good armor break here. Good removal. Nuffle be praised. 1-man player advantage now for the Fiends. Pick up again. I don't know if you can see the picture by Ajax there. Oh Lord. Fails to pick up again. Ajax doing push-ups. Currently a 1-man player advantage for this Chaos Renegades team. Most of their defense is backed by the line of scrimmage. They're applying a little bit of pressure on this ball, keeping this offense perfectly still. Fiends are in the lead currently 1-0. They have 1 reroll remaining for the game. Second mark to get a 2-die block on John Goodman. Two-die block on Tara Reid. Gets a POW. 8+ breaks armor on this Goblin. There's the armor break. Got a KO. Well done. Back to a 3-man player advantage now. Oh, I'm sorry, back to a 2-man player advantage for the Fiends. 3 on John Turturro is going to get a knockdown. Minotaur on the blitz, rushes into position to get the assist for the 2-die. Well, already had the 2-die, but takes a mark on the ball. So the Minotaur, remember, has Mighty Blows. That's a +1 to the armor or the injury roll. Also has Frenzy, so with a strength 5 Frenzy, you're almost certainly getting 4 dice on your block. Another rush to get another mark on the ball. Now applying heavy pressure on this ball. It's going to stop this right here, right now. The Gutterballz turn 12. Just 3 players standing. All but 2 marked. Super risky ball. In a real bad spot here. Yeah, super risky ball pickup. Probably needs to fight for this ball, but everyone's out of position to fight. There's a big old Minotaur standing right next to this ball. Under a minute and turn 12 for the Gutterballz. What is El Negro Marino going to do here to try to secure this ball? I don't know. I have absolutely no idea what he's going to do. Oh, last week, I bought a bunch of Pringles. Let me tell you, because I bought them because the flavors were goofy, and I was like, oh, won't it be fun to try these? So, the first one are honey mustard. They're not good, but they're okay, whatever. That's fine. Oh, good 3+ dodge on the blitz. Gets a push. Now it's a -1 on the ball. The next flavor, right? So honey mustard wasn't the greatest, but it's like, you know what? I could see that as a potato chip flavor. That's fine. Or it was Philly cheesesteak. Very much not good. But then I was justified. I'm like, all right, well, it's meaty. Potatoes are like kind of meaty, I guess. It's not good. But the third one has me absolutely baffled. And it was everything bagel flavored Pringles. Potato chips. And I'm like, what does an everything bagel taste like? Like a bagel, you don't eat a bagel because it tastes like something. You eat a bagel because it's chewy, right? Chewy on the inside. And so, oh, good pickup on the 50-50. But now what? He's marked by that Minotaur. Is he going to rely on block? No, he's going to dodge like a champ. Dodge like a champ. Plenty of movement left with the dude. But what it tastes like? It tastes like cream cheese and onions. Which is more or less a sour cream and onion potato chip. Like, why make that flavor? I'm perplexed. I don't like it. I don't like it. I did. I bought a whole lot of them. And I have not eaten them. I do not like them. Failed the rush, spends the reroll. No rerolls left for either team now. Takes a mark on the dude. Here's the blitz. 2-die blitz. Gets the knockdown on the dude. We'll see where the ball ends up. Ends up just to the left. So now the ball free on the 18-yard line. On the Gutterballz 18-yard line, that is. Gutterballz just have not been able to get an offense started here. The Fishy Fiends had a really good defense here. They kept their defense back. applied a little bit of pressure on this ball, and then once that pressure turned into something, that's when they descended on the ball and really kept it locked down here. Really good job here. Good play by Ajax. He just fell down. He's like, oh, my back doesn't work anymore. Here we go. Nope. See, the problem is you're wearing cleats on stone, right? There's not a lot of surface area. You don't have a lot of traction. Fourth and final quarter begins here with the Gutterballz desperately fighting tooth and nail for this ball. I said I didn't know how he would fight for the ball, and El Nebrino, to his credit, has found a way to fight for this ball, continuing to fight. Has a lot of strength to get through with this Minotaur, though. Probably doesn't want to deal with it, but I don't see how he can't at this point. Starting off with the blitz, one die blitz against Terror, the number 14 human gets a knockdown here. 3v3, boy, I cannot speak. 3v3 on the blitz. In Bloodwall, the way the blocks work is you compare your strength to your you compare your blocker strength to the strength of the player you're blocking. So you can see that's a strength stat here. If your strength is equal to your opponent, you roll 1 die. If your strength is greater than or less than your opponent, you roll 2 dice. And if your strength is more than double your opponent or vice versa, that's 3 dice. If you are favored in strength, you choose between the multiple dice which one to use. And if your opponent is favored in the strength, he will choose which of the multiple dice to use. That's otherwise known as an uphill block. Now you can get an assist for each unmarked player that is adjacent to the player you're marking. So let's say this is who you want to block. This is your player here. It's 3v3. That's 1 die block. Oh my gosh. El Nebrino with the clutch plays here, keeping this drive alive. If you get an assist here, each assist you have will give you +1 strength. So this would be 3v3. That would normally be a 1 die block. +1 is 4. 4 is greater than 3. And that equals a 2 die block. Works the same for the defender as well. The defender can get an assist to help him out. You can get multiple assists, in fact, for either side. So the Gutterballz were covering the ball yet again. This time it's Steve Buscemi in possession of the ball. This is the number 7 blitzer. I think the Rangers says math is hard. You joke, but I think for new coaches, like being able to identify assists can be real hard on the pitch. So El Nebrino still maintaining control of the ball, but needs to actually get an offense going here with only 3 turns left in the game. Both coaches doing a real good job here in this half. This has been a very exciting, very tense second half, I think. Great defense and great offense. Like El Nebrino, a couple of failed pickups really hurt the team, but didn't choke. continued to evaluate the board state and has been keeping this alive, fighting tooth and nail. Boot Polish said, no one told me growing up math would help me shoot and play games. It does. You know what? In fact, math helps with lots of things. Tell people math isn't the study of numbers, especially like older people who kind of think math is just, I mean, younger people do too, but another knockdown here. Oh no, another knockdown, and caught by Fatal Melody, the number 2 renegade human. It's just getting tougher and tougher here for the Gutterballz. But math is not the study of numbers. Like, math is not accounting. Math is the study of patterns. And as such, it can help you in everything. Good knockdown on the frenzy follow-up here. Turn 14 for the Gutterballz. The defense in possession of this ball. They not only want to recover, but they want to start moving. They're running out of time. What can they possibly do here with their entire team marked? I think I should buy Kingdom Come Deliverance too. I haven't decided yet. Under a minute to play in turn 14 for the Gutterballz. Boy, it's such a tough situation to be in. You see, their players are they're just on the wrong side of the ball, right? It'd be great if they can come in this way. But their players are here, 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 here. He might still try to dodge out and come in on the right side. And then just hope the ball pops out into one of these guys, maybe. One die block against BB Nut gets the PAL. The Gutterballz back on the bonus clock. They have just 1 minute, 6 seconds on the bonus clock. No rerolls left. Failed the dodge. It's going to be a turnover. And not looking good here. Turn 14, the Fishy Fiends. No rerolls left. One die block against the Blitzer. They can make it a 2-die block. They can come in with BB Nut against Jeff Bridges. The assist comes in from the Goblin, and they get a 2-die here with double time. Or not. Why is that a 2-die already? Oh, because he's marked. Yes, I just talked about it. Because he's marked. He's not an assist. Well done. Didn't even need it. Ball carrier free to score here. 3 SPP on the human lineman, unless he's going to chance something crazy. Gotta go for the blitz first. Gets a push. And then can walk this ball in. Oh, I didn't even... I thought this was turn 16. I didn't even realize it was turn 14. Pushes back John Turturro. Parks this ball on the 24-yard line. Fails the boneheaded roll with Festung here. And now a two-die block against Carl Hungus. Not a whole lot that the Gutterballz can do at this point. Penultimate turn of the game. The Gutterballz turn 15. They fought pretty hard in this game, but just... They certainly didn't relent, but man, this has been a real tough half. One die block against double time will get a POW here. Can he get some SVP out of this? Not quite. Broke armor, but got a stun. Electric Span says Fishy Fiends are not good at cheering. Three-plus dodge on the blitz. Failed the rush. You always fail the rush. Turn 15 for the Fishy Fiends. Are they going to score this turn? I don't see why not. Two-die block against John Goodman. Gets a POW out of this. I always get very scared with these die rolls. They make sense. They're the right thing to do, but I'm risk averse. Hey, Courageous says never rush. That's right. Never rush. Fails 900% of the time. Good blitz here against the dude. Gets a push. Might be deciding whether to mark John Turturro or not. Also in Severance, by the way. Bootboss says too much math know-how makes you risk averse. It kind of does. And this is not a knock on anybody who enjoys it, but like I have absolutely no interest in gambling whatsoever. Going for the foul here. The foul on Steve Buscemi. Didn't get anything out of it, but got caught by the ref. The ref gets paid off. Turn 6 for the Gutterballz now. Nothing they can do other than gain some SPP. Maybe try to stop the score. Just kind of hope they get lucky. You know what, Electric Man? Touche. Well done. I did take a gamble on those chips. Although I would argue, I bought them knowing full well that there was no way it was going to end positively. I bought them more as a novelty, really. Stand up blitz. Yeah, why not? Why not? Hope you stop the score. Let's see if it happens. Keep 3 SPP out of the hands of your opponent. .43 seconds left on the clock for the Gutterballz. They're not going to win this one, but they could make it less of a payday for the opponent. Gets a knockdown here, looking for some Taz points, doesn't get it. Electric Man asks, "Is there a Hail Mary?" Kind of. So there is a Hail Mary skill. But there's also a long bomb throw. You can also do what's called a punt. So you don't actually need to target a receiver when you throw. You can just target a square. So you can throw to a square as a makeshift punt. Poopel says, "Someone better trip and die or I'll be upset." Yeah, no deaths in this game. No deaths at all. Final turn here. Turn 16 for the Fishy Fiends. They're going to win this one. But by how much is the question? Two-die block on Steve Buscemi will just be a push. Going to push on the ball, see where it bounces. That's not where they want. That's not where they want it. Stand up blitz. Turns out it is where they want it. Get the push. They'll stay put. Going for the 3+ pickup here. Didn't get it. So well done, yeah. El Numerino stopped the... Oh, I was like, where'd the ball go? Stop the score. Very, very well done. 1-0 the final. Oh, man. What a day. 4 games of Blood Bowl. 2 wins, 2 draws. That was a lot of fun. Let's take a look at the standings. We'll take a look at the schedule, and then we'll call it an evening. In Division 1, Ajax is the Fishy Fiends, currently in first place with their win this evening. Congratulations, Malik and Galeshi. The Lizard Wizard Gizfest and the Birds of a Feather there in second place in Division A. Over in Division B, Spire's Philosopher's Song. They're in first place with their win this evening. Nick Satan didn't play. I was going to say Nick Satan's in second place, but only by virtue of not playing. Foodpala says, but it's only been 6.5 hours. and in Division C, currently in first place, Moob and War Horseman. They drew this evening. NC Snakes and Nerdrum's Nose Count. Currently tied for first place. As you can see, lots and lots and lots of games left to play. Let's take a look at the schedule before we leave. Lots and lots and lots of games to play. Coming up next, we have a game this Saturday, February 8th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's UTC minus 5. That's going to be the Gonner Gits versus Vesuvian Lavabacks, Cobblestorm versus Berserker Tempest. And then on Sunday, we're going to have a doubleheader. Well, they're pretty far apart. I don't know if you call that a doubleheader. 2 games on Sunday, starting at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have Dream of Witch Foundation. We have Entanglements versus Tizork Savage Boys. That's Conkill versus Tizzle Bizzle. And then at 8:30 p.m. on Sunday, we have the Dream of Wish Foundation facing off against Wooden Men and Iron Trees. That's going to be league champion Nick Satan versus S. Beaver. Lots of fun games to watch there. 3 more games left to be scheduled. And when those games get scheduled, you'll be able to check out and get alerted to those schedules on our website at maml.club, which I am working to fix the bugs. Hopefully I'll have the bugs with the new software worked out by the end of the week, or by the end of the weekend. That's MAML.CLUB here on Twitch or on our social media pages on Blue Sky, X, and Facebook. You can also watch previous games on our YouTube channel. Electric Man says, I count 3 on Sunday. Yes, but 1 is on air. Yeah, so one of those games will not be streamed. Look, man, play Blood Bowl. This game is so much fun. We saw how many deaths tonight? We saw the great return of Pips Pippy. What a fun game. We saw a beer boar. You can play Blood Bowl via Blood Bowl 3 on Steam, the Epic Game Store, PlayStation, and Xbox, and in tabletop form at your friendly local game store until Saturday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take care, everybody. Thank you very much, Boot Polish. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out and watching. I hope to see you back for many, many more games this season. Take care and enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening.